We're here backstage at the Faith and Freedom Conference where Governor Mitt Romney has just addressed the crowd and got quite a reaction. You wowed him pretty strong out there. You just announced this week. And,
yeah, just a day or two ago.
So
yeah,
we're
getting started.
You're in. There's no turning back.
There's no turning back now. We're going the distance. And,
yeah.
It's just too important to let President Obama have an easy slide. I mean, we're going to have to make sure people understand he's failed. He's failed the American people. It's time for him to retire and let somebody else get in there that can get the economy turned around and can preserve the values that are so critical.
Now, Governor, this is your second time around the track, and so you're not a rookie. You've done this before. What do you think you learned last time that you think you're applying this time? It's a totally different race, but what's your state of mind? What's your thinking as you go into it?
Well, I feel a lot different. One reason is someone explained to me that politics is like surfing. And I said, well, now what do you mean? He said, well, in surfing, to win a competition, you have to be a good surfer, and you got to catch a good wave. And last time around, we had a great surfer at John McCain, a great politician, but his area of strength, which was Iraq and foreign policy, suddenly disappeared from the minds of the voters when the economy collapsed. Right now, the American people and I am very, very concerned about what's happening to our economy and the capacity to add jobs for our kids, for our seniors, for all of us. And that's in my wheelhouse. And so I believe I'm in a different spot than I was last time. And of course, I've also learned a few lessons about sticking to your message and never sitting down with guys like you and answering your questions.
Well, I think you'll probably have to do that eventually.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true.
But to that end, you know, we got the jobs report today, and it's anemic and underwhelming. 54,000 jobs, the unemployment rate rose to 9.1%. You've been a guy who's been out there and created jobs. You've been in the private sector. You've been successful. Talk about how that's in your wheelhouse and what your message is going to be and what you're going to do to turn this economy around should you be fortunate enough to be president.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the president today said this 9.1% unemployment is just a bump in the road. And I point out that's not a bump in the road, that's Americans. You got a lot of people that are really suffering and really hurting, a lot of people concerned about their future. And so we got to have a president who understands what it takes to get an economy going. And basically, it's reversing almost everything he's done. So one, get the corporate tax rate low and competitive with other nations. Two, get our regulations and bureaucracy streamlined. Three, do trade deals with other nations that help us, not just them. Four, get ourselves off our dependence on foreign energy. Five, get our schools to be the best in the world. Six, live by the rule of law rather than crony capitalism. We got too much of that right now.
Right.
And finally, the federal government has to only spend what it takes in, or the dollar won't be worth much in the future. Those are 7 habits of highly successful economies.
I think you're in your wheelhouse.
That's what I know, let me tell you, Ralph.
Well, Governor, I can't thank you enough for being here. And you're a friend of faith and a friend of freedom, and we're honored to have you. Thanks so much.
Good to be with you.
Thank you.